The HOA's not doing it.
The HOA's not doing anything.
Hey guys, it's Mike and Alex from Victor Bravo Real Estate Investments, and today we're here to talk about the pros and cons of, I guess, buying and investing in an HOA neighborhood.
Yep. So we have a bunch of rental properties in various different homeowners associations. So first thing you have to identify is the difference between a homeowners association and a condo owners association, because there's a huge differences. So that goes to the root of it. You have to understand the difference between a condo and a townhouse.
So let's start off with that.
Yep. So in a condo, any kind of condominium development, you own the property, but you don't own the common structure. So you own, let's say, 1704 Main Street, whatever it is, and it's in a combined building with 4 other units. So you own the unit, but you don't own the full structure.
The windows, the roof, the surroundings.
Yep. Every condo association is going to be a little bit different. So for one of the condo associations that we own properties in, we're responsible for the windows.
Okay.
We're not responsible for the outside envelope. So the siding, the roofing, the decking, the landscaping, which is nice.
It is.
Because then I don't have to worry about that. My tenant doesn't have to worry about that. That is the condo association's responsibility. And that's when, and a lot of condos are different. So we're looking at one right now in Deep Creek as well, where for me, it's perfect. They take care of the landscaping, they take care of snow removal, they take care of the roofs, they take care of the flue, the chimney
You're hit
flue.
with all 4 seasons.
That's
out
right.
there. The roof is taking a beating over
absolutely.
there. You know?
And they come in and they repaint the deck every year. They have a common
nice.
area pool. So they take care of all of that, which is great.
Right.
Am I paying for that every month? Absolutely. So that's what a condo is.
Okay.
For a homeowners association, it's a bit different. You own the property, you are responsible for the entire property. So you own that lot right there, whatever the lot number is, and you are responsible for everything on that building. Roof, siding, windows, landscaping, the whole 9 yards.
Sure.
And typically what will happen is the homeowners association will levy fines on you if you're not taking care of the exterior of that building.
Yeah.
Homeowners associations are not all created the same. You know, quite honestly, some of them are ran by themselves as separate entities in that community, and it'll be community members that run the homeowners association that sit on the board, and they're excellent, and they're there and they benefit all of the neighbors.
Correct.
They benefit the neighborhood because they're looking out for piles of trash, and they're looking out for people's houses that are in disrepair, and they're finding them, they're holding them accountable.
Yeah, because they want their communities held in the utmost regard, you know?
There's some other homeowners associations that task that out to an external property management company who sometimes are there to just collect their money, which we're dealing with one right now where I genuinely am very curious to where all the funds are going, because the neighborhood is in severe disrepair. There is trash piled up everywhere.
Is that over there?
Yep, and there's no lawn maintenance being done.
It doesn't look like that's an HOA.
Exactly, and yet they're charging almost $200 per unit per month.
Yeah.
So there's an issue there. You know, so there are pros and cons. So getting to some of the cons of owning a rental property in a homeowners association is you have no control over what that homeowners association does. So in other words, they can jack the property rate, the homeowner fees up at any point in time. So they can go tomorrow and say, okay, it's going to go up. However, the way I look at it is I don't look at it as a problem. I look at it as, okay, I need to buy more properties in this community, and I need to get myself inserted onto the board.
Correct.
So that if I don't want that to happen, I'm going to stop that from happening. And I'm going to work with the community in order to prevent those rates from going up on a regular basis. So some people look at it like, oh, it's an uncontrollable, when the reality is it's not a full uncontrollable.
Right. Because
you do have a say as a homeowner in that homeowners association.
Not even you being an investor and owning a bunch of properties and
100%.
Using that as leverage. It's anybody can step up and not only be an activist in the homeowners association, but in anything.
Absolutely.
You know, not the segue, but remember the schools changing in your personal neighborhood.
Absolutely. I had to step up.
You hit the street. You knocked on 1,000 doors almost, and
I had to.
You know, for almost a week or two straight. Like, if you have a problem in your life, in your community, like,
You have
get
to,
out.
You have to step in and do it.
You can change.
Yeah. And in any homeowners association, every property has most of them a one voting right. So you have to insert yourself onto that homeowners association board. You don't have to necessarily get on the board. You don't have to be that active, but you have to ensure that when it comes time to vote, your vote is heard.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people will sit back, bitch, and complain that, oh, the homeowners association isn't doing this. They aren't doing. You are a homeowner. They represent you as a homeowner.
Right.
You have to get out there and voice your concerns.
Right.
It's the same thing as voting in the regular elections.
Sure.
Like, you can't sit there and bitch and complain about stuff if you don't go out there and you step up and do something yourself.
Yeah.
So
it's actually more, it's actually easier to influence an HOA. You got
100%.
50 doors, 100 doors, 200 doors. You're not talking about an entire county.
Right.
You're talking about a little community to where you could take an afternoon, if you don't agree with something, go knock on every door in the
100%.
community and be the change.
Yep.
And that's what you're doing in that community. You're getting a
100%.
dumpster in that area.
Yeah.
You're actually trying to clean it up because the HOA's not doing it.
HOA is not doing anything, and it's a shame. And there's a lot of different dynamics to it. And we have properties in other homeowners associations that are much better, and each one of them is a little bit different. We have one in Rosedale where they are responsible for the roads. So for whatever reason, when they did the plan unit development, the homeowners association took responsibility for all the roads inside of this particular development. Nice. So all of the actual asphalt, all of the runoff, all of the water retention is managed by the homeowners association, which that's a big responsibility.
It is.
That is something that a civil engineer should
the
be
gutters.
working on.
They got to fix potholes and
they
all
do
that
a pretty
other
good
stuff,
job
right?
at it. And where some other ones they don't have the responsibility for the roads. So there's pros and cons. The pros, again, in my opinion, are that if you use the homeowners association to your benefit, it can benefit the neighborhood. It should be there to provide a benefit for the neighborhood, where there should be common area maintenance, where there should be playgrounds and places for kids to go and places to gather inside of anywhere that has a homeowners association. And that's what you're paying for. So really it just comes down to you being involved in understanding, and I guess that's the biggest thing of it, more so than a pro and con, is you have to understand what your right and left lateral limits are. In other words, you have to know what you can and cannot do inside of your homeowners association, both for yourself as an investor as well as the rest of the neighborhood. Because in our properties, we not only hold our tenants accountable for that homeowners association and how to act and how to live responsibly in that community, we hold the neighbors accountable as well.
Sure.
If the neighbor is violating the rules set out by the HOA, I'm not going to the HOA and saying, oh, the lady over at 123 Main Street is doing this.
Right.
I'm going to the lady at 123 Main Street and I'm saying, hey, I'd really appreciate it if we're able to take care of X, Y, and Z. I'll help you out. I see you have trash out here. We'll get rid of that trash for you. Or what we've done and what we're going to continue doing in these other properties is, because trash is a huge problem in a lot of places, is we're going to work with the homeowners association to get trash cans out to everybody in the neighborhood that needs them. Give them a little bit of education of when and how to throw out trash. And it sounds very ignorant to think that you need to do that, but the reality is a lot of people don't understand how to throw out their trash properly.
Right.
It's not a knock on them at all. It just is what it is. We've done it before in East Baltimore when we lived in East Baltimore, and we're going to do it again out here in Edgewood. We're going to walk and help the people out in the community, make sure everybody has the tools necessary to take care of their trash problems. That way we are kind of stepping in and doing what the homeowners association should be doing.
Right.
So,
but at the same time, you're setting people up for success.
100%.
You're not just basically saying, "Oh, here's trash. Here's a $50 citation."
That's it.
You're
100%. Yep.
Extending the olive branch.
Yep.
This is how you do it. Here's the trash cans to do it. This is what and when.
Yep.
Now it's their responsibility
100%.
to put it into place.
Yeah, because
before you get ahead and say, "Okay, $50 citation."
100%, because then it's a partnership as well with the homeowners association, because you have to make sure that all of the tenants, the landlords, and the people that are living in the community know how to do X, Y, and Z, whatever it's going to be. In this case, take care of their trash properly. Know that, and they have the resources for it as well. That means that we have to work with the homeowners association to get a contract with a new trash company that's going to pick up and provide trash cans. Then we have to say, okay, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to do it through food, man. Yeah. We're going to have a barbecue, and we're going to invite everybody out.
No better way.
We'll have a big community barbecue, and we'll tote the bill for that, and invite everybody out, introduce ourselves, hand out information, let everybody know that, hey, this is what needs to be done in the neighborhood, and let them know that if this doesn't happen, then you're going to receive citations. Then what
Sure.
happens is then we have to coordinate and work with the county as well as the homeowners association to enforce that regulation, because it doesn't matter if you put it out there if there is no enforcement. So after everybody has been informed and has the resources in front of them, then it comes down to enforcement time. Where, you know who some of the biggest dirtbags are when it comes to trash and responsibility for trash? Landlords. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Harford County, and that's the God's honest truth. So if you own rental properties out there, don't think you're immune from this.
Right.
Like, you need to be accountable for what your tenants are doing. If your tenants are throwing trash everywhere and with impunity just absolutely ruining the neighborhood, you are responsible at the end of the day.
Yeah, your shutter's falling off,
that's
your
right.
grass high, like, that's your property.
That's right.
You know, take some
100%.
pride in what you own, even though you might not live there. You say it all the time. I say it all the time in the properties that I build is, if my family's not going to move into the property,
I'm not doing
it's
it.
nothing that I feel comfortable doing.
That's right.
So, you know, a lot of landlords do need to look in the mirror and say, you know what, this is not just the cash flow. This is somebody's home.
That's right.
This is somebody's community, and it's getting impacted because I don't care.
Yep.
So
condo association, homeowner association, they can be good, they can be bad. At the end of the day, and like many other things I look at, it's what you make of them.
100%.
And that's it.